Good morning and welcome back everybody. At least it's morning for me. When I woke up this morning and I looked at the Bitcoin price, I suddenly had to think of a song. I think it's from Ella James and the song is called What a Difference a Day Makes, 24 Little Hours. And that is exactly what we're seeing because surprise, surprise, there was suddenly a big pump. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the charts and let's see what kind of levels we're looking at right now. Of course, please guys, do me a favor, like and subscribe. That's the only way to show the YouTube algorithm that you like these kind of short videos. And of course, you will also help me out tremendously and help out the channel. So okay, let's dive in. We are only looking at the 4 hourly and lower because yesterday we already did the higher time frames. As you can see here, we had this kind of bounce off this level of the 42,000 and then we went up and now we also breached the 44,000. And interesting to see is that we also already surpassed this high volume node. That is the big fat red line. So yeah, I have to be honest, that looks pretty bullish, and because we just flipped these two levels, I also need to be completely honest. I need to flip my bias because I thought we would be going much lower to maybe the 40k or the 61.8, but that didn't happen. That actually would be in my eyes the perfect retracement scenario, but like I said, so far that didn't happen. And since we breached these two levels, I think right now I don't see any reason why we could not visit the previous lows, which is the 45,600. So yeah, although I was hunting here for some shorts and some scalps all the way down, I actually was expecting a bit more of a drop once we would have breached the 42,000 level, that we quickly would see 40 and maybe even 38 and then go back up again. But like I said, of course, that didn't happen. If we zoom in on the hourly, then we see a little bit overbought levels on the RSI. So far it doesn't have to mean that we're going to drop down right away, but you know, we have to keep in count that it is a little bit overbought, so maybe we get even one more spike up a little bit higher, then we're cooling off a little bit, we'll be completely fine. But then of course, if we are retracing to cool down on that RSI indicator, then of course we want to see this 44k hold. If that doesn't happen, well, then another bullish scenario, a bear scenario could play out, which is this is then kind of a bit of a fake out. But then we want to see that drop on, of course, the higher time frames, so the 4 hourly, that drops beneath. But like I said, FLs, we want to see this level hold, the 44k. The next target, of course, then will be the 45,600. And if we're zooming out even a little bit more, then the level after that for me would be the 46,600. So yeah, that's kind of the levels what I'm looking out for right now. Let's quickly head over to ETH, because there we see kind of the same action. Quite a pump up. That is already 8%, so a pretty nice move. Also here, same kind of story. Look, we have breached already the high volume node. Strange thing is, it didn't happen with a lot of volume. Usually actually then you want to see those kinds of breakouts with a lot of volume, because that will really signal that the bulls are in control and really pushing the price up. And so far that didn't really happen. So yeah, then at least we want to see in case they're going to retest some important levels to hold. So yesterday we talked about bouncing off here from the 38.2. And then going higher, then we quickly breached already this 2960, so that looks good. We also now breached this high volume node, and now we're hunting for these two tops. These lines are actually very close to each other, so it doesn't really matter which one you're taking. So there will be the 3180 or the 3200, and then the previous high is here at 3290. And yeah, all these levels are percentage wise quite close to each other, so we're talking about another 4%, and as you know, in crypto 4% is absolutely nothing. And then the levels that I'm looking out for will be the 3370, 3380, and then 3490. So those are the most important levels for me. And also, of course, here, same story, that the retracement, if this really was the retracement, is not even that high. And you know what? You don't always, if you think like we're going down and we being bearish, if we're going up, say, oh, we keep going down and it's a fake out, blah, 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 just to be right. You're not in the game to be right, you're in the game to make profits. That's just how simple it is. And if the market flips or the market changes, then you flip your scenario or change your bias. It's not that hard. Just make sure that you have most of the time profitable trades and cut your losses. And that's just pretty much the name of the game. Yeah, don't try to bash on people and saying, oh, you said we were going down. Yeah, said indeed that we were going down until we are going up. Yeah, and then the scenario changes. So that's how simple it is. For the crypto bubbles, of course, green across the board. Of course, if Bitcoin and Ethereum pumps heavily, then you usually see the rest follow. So that looks good for the day. Don't be fooled, people, because if we're zooming out a little bit on the weekly, then we still see a lot of red, and on a monthly, poof, still carnage. So yeah, don't be fooled by just a green day. But so far it looks good. I like what I'm seeing. If you're a bull, be happy. We are going to hunt for the previous highs that we made here. So that will be then of course the 3280, and for BTC we are hunting down for 45,600. So far so good. Alright guys, that was it. If you like short videos, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click, and also if you don't miss anything. Also feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, links in the description, or check out the second channel, the finance channel, where we talk about pretty much anything that has to do with crypto, central banks, interest rates, stocks, economy, personal finance, pretty much everything. Also therefore is a link in the description. Thank you guys so much, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.